Hi, this is Mandy Marksteiner, and I'm here to talk about a book that I just read called Crack the Customer Mind Code: 7 Pathways from Head, Heart to Yes by Gary Hennerberg. Now, the reason I chose this book is because it was written by Gary Hennerberg. Like most copywriters, I've put in a lot of time copying sales letters by hand. And one of my favorites is one that Gary wrote, and it was for native Texas pecan cakes. And these cakes are actually fruit cakes, but usually people think of fruit cakes and it's kind of a butt of people's jokes. People don't want to buy fruit cakes. Maybe they did like 30 years ago, but right now buying a fruit cake, there's a little bit of a stigma. And so by simply changing the name to native Texas pecan cakes and kind of telling the story about the pecans and really painting a picture, Gary was able to increase the response rate by 60%. Anyway, I love that letter, and so I wanted to read his book. Anyway, in this book, what he does is he offers a copywriting and marketing method that's based on neuroscience research. In particular, he talks about the reticular activating system. Now, the RAS filters all the information that comes into your conscious and subconscious mind. It decides what you remember, what gets you excited, everything like that. And when most people are so overstimulated in this world, most of the time the reticular activating system just blocks out information. I certainly notice that when I'm reading my emails. So he goes into detail about that and about how things, stimuli turns into short-term memory and long-term memory. You really need something to become a long-term memory if you're ever going to sell anything. So in this book, you learn about how information gets past the gatekeeper and moves deeper into your prospect's awareness. This is so important for copywriters because this information helps move beyond putting words on the page. And soon you'll have a better understanding of how people process that information that you put out there and use that information to act. And here's one idea that I really want to immediately put into use in my copy. And that idea is this: people need to give themselves permission to buy. Now, I really certainly have noticed that with my own buying behavior. Usually I need to give myself permission somehow. Like, if I want to buy this, then this needs to happen ahead of time, or I just need to have a reason to buy. And so he really goes into a lot of detail about how people give themselves permission and what information, what do they need to hear in order to act. Again, the book is Crack the Customer Mind Code: 7 Pathways from Head to Heart to Yes by Gary Hennerberg.